Well, hey there, sweetheart. How are ya? My name is Jasper. Welcome to week 3 on the Hero Legend program for lower body, our second session of the week. I'm going to be going through a slightly more extended briefing here so you know how to get the most out of today's session, whether you're just joining me for the first time or ideally you will have done the previous 2 weeks of training, so we have an idea of this initial 4-week phase of programming that we're dealing with, indeed the kind of weights we're going to be using, so where we might be able to push ourselves on a little bit. I'm going to be highlighting where I'm going to be pushing myself on personally, as well as some fresh variations if you have been following on the program consecutively here. So, firing into our mobility focused warm-up, usual stuff, just trying to get the main parts greased and groovy whilst also capturing a little bit of extra strength. Shin box with extension, so hip rotation focused. Toe squat walkout, again just looking at some terminal knee flexion, walking on out so to get a little bit of extra spine work in there, and some pogos. So we've added a little bit of plyo work here at the start to prepare us and make us feel a bit more spry for our main power section, which is going to be the same as last week, that seated jump to the reactive jump. So we have got zero stretch reflex here by taking the seated position. All right, so we don't have that nice elasticity as if we were doing like a standing jump. So from there, we do that explosive jump on up. As soon as we contact the ground, we're going to try and go back on up. Now, if for any reason impact isn't appropriate for you or your environment means that you probably don't want to go bounding around, I'm going to encourage you to do the same thing, just that seated position, except you're going to violently accelerate up onto the toes, but instead of leaving the ground then, you're just going to sit back on down. All right, still looking to accelerate as quickly as possible and get that full triple extension in the body without the impact. However, I do recommend, as we have been doing in this program, introducing yourself to some reactive stiffening work, the ability to absorb force there. Really good and important part of anyone's program. So even if you're just starting out, try and bring a little bit in there, okay? We're then going to come into that alternating foundational EMOM, so those 8 minutes, 4 sets each of these movements. It's a lot of work in a small space of time, but as you'll see, dictated by the wave loading indicator on your screen, I encourage you to start on the lighter side, grease the groove with those movements, and then we build into it and get like a couple of real spicy sets towards the end. Now, because there's just going to be a lot of accumulative fatigue, it's going to be relative to you. So in this instance, we're sticking to the same variations, all right, in these first 4 weeks, the front squat or the goblet squat, however you want to hold that allows you to optimize your loading, and then into the RDL, right? So big movements back to back. So like I said, just think about building into it. You are, however, going to see me today kind of come straight on in. I'll do a sort of feel out set in set 1 with my 20 kilo dumbbells for the front squat and the RDL, and then I'm gonna come straight into the heaviest dumbbells I have. Whereas last week, I'm pretty sure, look, Gains Patrol's out again, sorry about them. They heard about all the good stuff that's happening on this balcony. I thought they had us for a second. Last week I just did a couple of heavy sets with the front squat, so today I'm just going to be accumulating a bit more there. That's how I'm going to push myself on individually here. And we can work anywhere from might even be like 20 to 40 seconds depending on the weights that we're using. It's not about doing as much as possible, because just a reminder there, that EMOM, we just have whatever's left of that minute to transition to the next one. So you don't want to feel like you're running around like a headless chicken. You want to do some quality work, ideally modified by the load you are using. All right, so even if you don't have access to anything particularly heavy here to challenge yourself, yes, you can go higher rep, but today you're going to see me go a little bit lower rep. Final touch there is I have added in a pause. First 2 weeks have just been standard loading. Here we're adding in a pause at both the bottom of the squat position and the bottom of the RDL position. All right, so again, removing the advantage of the stretch reflex, that kind of momentum that you get out of the bottom, sticking it for a second, getting nice and strong and confident in those bottom stretch positions before coming back on up. All right, so I'm still going to do that with the same loading as last time. It's just going to be a bit harder. Hey presto, some progress. And then, as if you thought that the rear foot elevated split squats couldn't get any worse, we're adding an extra quarter rep in the bottom. So as you come down, we contact that knee to the floor, you come up just a quarter, all right, so just a handful of inches there, back down, touch the knee again, and drive on out, and you will simply question your life choices up until this moment as to why you are doing these, but they are terrific. Now, bear in mind, last week, across just the 2 sets we have to do there, which are 60-second windows, which just feels like it's going to last a lifetime, we're using 1 dumbbell. I used the heaviest I could, so ideally I'm going to be able to still do that with those 1 1/4 reps here. It's quite possible I'm not. I'm tired. It's so hot. But But that's just me setting up an excuse. Hopefully when things are rolling, I know that you're going to be there with me. We're going to hold each other accountable to get really uncomfortable and push ourselves there. The hamstring curl variation, you can either use a hamstring bridge walkout. So there's hamstring walkouts, tick, 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 tick. Again, long sets, those are going to be challenging. You're going to see me use a hamstring glide curl, we're calling it, with a single leg, just to allow me to challenge things a little bit more through a consistent resistance profile, we would call it, where I'm going to be elevating one foot on my bench. You can use whatever, your chair, stool, and I'm just pulling my body in from my heel using just that hamstring primarily. Okay, and I'll just alternate side to side. That was a nice challenging variation for me last week. You do whatever you need to do with your setup and experience level. Final block of work, that alternating EMOM again, is staying the same here. You're just looking to progress that. So we've got that Hackenschmidt squat where we're on the toes, feet are together, deep knee bend there. If you're new to that one, again, just stick with your body weight. I added in the dumbbell last week quite confidently. All right, so that's another way you can look to progress there. But like I said, if you're new to it or you're still building your confidence, just go for beautiful, slow, controlled reps without any weight. Donkey calf raise, this is the one area where we're going to be using, ideally I'll have a bit of elevation. Again, you can do this without, all right, where we're going to be bent in that sort of L shape. I'm going to have one hand on support on the wall there and holding a dumbbell down below to load it up. I will have my front toe box elevated on a few inches. Now again, that's just to give me an extra bit of range of motion. If you don't have access to that, that's fine, you can still do it. I'll just be using a weight plate. You could use a yoga block or a book or a step or what have you. But if that's going to complicate things too much, don't you worry, just do the regular donkey calf raise there. Into the pike leg lifts. Again, this is a really hard compression abdominal exercise. We've been challenging this for the last couple of weeks. It'll be hard for you to keep your legs straight for the most part. So that could be one area you're monitoring progress. The straighter the leg, the longer the lever, the more challenging each repetition. And indeed, the further you lean back, actually, the easier it is in this particular position. Working in that shortened position really challenges the hip flexor, as well as the compression strength in the abs there. So you can be thinking about how tall, how sort of forward can I be when I lift those legs, get a good squeeze and control it down, or how straight you can have your legs, or indeed just holding on for the full set. Really hard movement there. And again, just let me recap here, if you've been following along. This is all about doing things just a little bit better week after week, rather than having to tear up the rule book or come up with a whole new bunch of exercises for you. First 4-week phase here, again, just awakening the beast within before we look to explore new movement patterns in our second phase, another 4 weeks there. And I hope you'll agree, things have been going really well in that department. It's really nice to see just those granular progress changes week on week, seeing yourself actually get stronger and not just getting a workout or getting sweaty. So without further ado, we're going to dive on in. I'll see you there. Let's have a good old time together. Bearing in mind, recap here, if you want to play some music whilst also hearing my invaluable coaching cues and very mid-wit humor, please do so. Otherwise, we're just going to listen to the helicopters and my heavy breathing, which I'm sure you'll agree is very inspiring. Alrighty, let's do it. I'm kind of scared because I don't know how this is going to go, because it's I feel like I'm in a furnace. And anyway, task at hand, let's get into this tighter shin box setup position. Okay, sort of heel to knee. Let's use our hands in support, and we're going to rock over. Feel that nice internal rotation. Use that hand support. Ooh, extend the hips at the top. Rock and roll. Again, just a slightly closer stance than perhaps the 90-90. Hi.
Halfway there.
And you can go hands-free if you're feeling good here. But the focus is on the hips, so use the hands as a tool
10 seconds.
as necessary.
Rest.
Okay, so toe squat. We're going to put your feet in whatever your standard squat stance is. However, we're just going to on purpose float the heels here. Allow us to get into a deeper position at the bottom. All right, so we squat on down. We're going to walk forward, stay low, and then curl back on up. Back up.
Halfway there. Seconds.
Okay, now just as a bit of preparation, starting to get some impact under our belt and some rebounding elasticity. Just throwing words at you at this point. Pogos. We're not going to do this for the full 45 seconds. I'm going to count out like 15 in my head. All right, so we're just staying nice and tall on the balls of the feet, okay? And we're just going to bound up and down. Just getting used to springing back up. When's the last time you jumped, huh? In the day-to-day trenches of adult life. All right, a lot more than 15 there. We're not trying to get tired, just trying to get prepped and ready. Slash, sneaking in a little bit of extra rest already before the workout's even started. Sue me, okay, sue me. Let's get these guys ready. Oh, the 30s feel extra heavy today. Yep. Let's do another round, shall we?
Rest.
I hope you came to work today, because I sure forgot. I was so ready to go. I'm even accounting for the rest. Okay, come on, take 2.
Round 4. Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Okay. Toe squat with walkout spinal roll business. Oh, Billy.
Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Lovely. All right, another quick bound of the pogo hops.
Last round.
Cool. A little 20 there. 20 felt good. 20 felt right. And allow me to talk you through the menu for today.
Halfway there.
So we've got that seated jump. If you don't have anywhere to sit, that's cool. You can just do a standing jump. You'll get the benefit of that stretch reflex, okay?
10 seconds.
But ideally we'll be here. We'll be here. And we'll load on up, explode up, and then similar to we did in that pogo there,
Rest.
once you feel yourself contact the ground, try and explode back up like the floor is lava. My favorite game these days. Cool. And again, this isn't about getting tired. It's about being as explosive as possible, bringing that intent. And more than likely, you probably haven't done a lot of jumping in life recently. And one of the many aims of this program is to build that back into your routine, into your life. So many physical benefits for us here, sorry. Even if you're not out there playing tag football or whatever. This is important for us, so we've got to do it. We've got to do it. I'm going to be doing 3 to 5 reps. Who am I kidding? 3. But you can play with that, especially if you want a bit more practice. A few more reps won't hurt, but no more than 6. No more than 6 for this work. And again, to see if we can get a little bit better, the more explosive, better timing, better coordination as the sets go on. Where are we at here? Cool, nearly 15 seconds. I shall stare blankly until then. Oh, who am I kidding? Can't just sit in silence.
Let's go.
Like I said, 3. 3 would do me nicely. And then I'll sit and watch you for another minute. Great. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. It's often that second jump where I realize just how sleep deprived and lethargic I really am. That will feel a bit almost like alien. You might not feel super elegant. Therein lies the fun. All right. Otherwise, hopefully pretty self-explanatory. Lovely.
Seconds.
I'm ready. Are you ready? This is the one. I can feel it. I might leave the balcony, so if this is our last time together. Oh, come on, Jasper. The floor is lava. Yes. Okay. Stating the obvious, I actually found before doing that jump, just remember, okay, in a second we're going to be in midair, anticipate those toes touching the ground and coming back on up. All right, just trying to minimize that window between eccentric back to concentric. Okay. Oh, I'm already scared of all the squatting action. But let's not be. Let's live in the now. Ah, the power of now. Ah. Do you like my new shirt? It's very soft, I'll have you know. I mean, it feels like I'm wearing a wool sweater vest. But soft all the same. Okay. Last one, my friends, and then we'll have a nice sandwich of time to get ready for our squatting RDL foundational wave loading alternating EMOM. Ooh, yeah. Next question, homie. Righto. Can you believe it? 2 minutes until this starts, which is just great. Time to prepare. So let me talk to that a little bit more, even though you obviously sat through my fascinating intro section with the magic whiteboard. You have the option of sticking to your goblet squat. One of the reasons, primarily, that we brought in the front squat option is simply because it opens up your loading, right? The heaviest I can goblet squat here, 30 kilos, but I can, unfortunately, do 2 of those for 60 kilos for that front squat variation. Do the one that allows you to work the best here, challenging yourself. You could even go goblet into front squat, whatever. We are doing a pause in the bottom, okay? So control it down, hit your mark, 1/1000, drive tool. I'll probably be doing 8 reps in the first set there,
10 seconds.
and then as we get heavier, more like 5, 6, maybe more, especially in that last one, maybe more. And the RDL the same. Now the RDL, you'll have a higher tolerance for load, more than likely. So I'd encourage you to grab your heavy stuff there, or indeed whatever you've been working with. We're just sticking a pause in that most stretched position. Standing tall. I'll probably be doing straight 8s here, okay? Maybe 10s. We'll see how we fan out for time. Like I said, I don't really, on EMOMs, don't like to work much past that 40-second mark. Not only allow the transition, but sue me a couple of breaths, all right, with this oh so controversial compound movement superset. Alrighty. And if your squats are still feeling like a little crunchy, not super smooth, you don't feel very mobile,
10 seconds.
get in on those kin classes that we're doing once a week as well. Okay, we're in.
Let's go.
I'm sorry, but that was so wildly efficient. I felt so much better than I thought I would.
Halfway there.
Not even halfway. But I delivered my 8 reps as promised. Hello.
Ten seconds.
It took a while to get a response there, didn't it? Goodness me.
Round 2. Halfway there.
Alright, we did 10 reps. Nice and sprucey. And now I'm going to pull out my heaviest dumbbells for the next 3 sets. I will change the reps if I need to, if I'm feeling a little bit gassed up. But honestly, I'm excited. Oh my god, really? Okay. Let's get it. Okay. Okay. You carry on if that's your truth right now. 6 was good for me.
Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Oh, Helen of Troy.
Round 4. Halfway there.
Double halfway there, just 2 more sets each. If you're not feeling A little stimulated now? Let's go heavier.
10 seconds.
Get another 5 or 6 here is my plan.
Round 5.
It's getting pretty hectic.
Seconds.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Round 6. Halfway there.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel fantastic. Just be able to sling those berthas around. Ooh. A little gassy, a little gassy.
10 seconds.
I spoke too soon, I'm not ready.
Round 7.
Okay, last one, Daddy. I forgot the pause, I'm so sorry. Last one. Stinkers. Stinkers.
Seconds. Last round.
Okay.
Halfway there.
Oh, the emotions.
Seconds.
Now, if you're using a point of elevation, bench, chair, stool, sofa, table, this is where we do our rear foot elevated split squats. You're going to come down, tap the knee, come up a little bit, back down, tap the knee, drive tool. Stinkers. This is an aggressive turnaround. If you're a little gassed up from those first bits of work. However, I'm holding myself accountable. I did the 30 on both sets last time. Let's do our best here. You don't have to work for the full 60 seconds, just Challenge yourself.
10 seconds. Let's go. Halfway there.
Don't know what that was. The demons trying to take my soul.
10 seconds.
I'm sorry I didn't make it all the way through. I am.
Rest.
We were so wrong. It wasn't an invitation. It was a warning. Alright. Obscure movie quotes aside. How was that for you? Oh, the salty. I promise I'm not crying. Yeah.
Halfway there.
Hellacious. Helen of Troy, hellacious.
10 seconds.
Well, you're just no fun.
Rest.
Now, recap. You can either do your glute bridge, walking the heels on out to like a high hamstring plank, walking back. It's plenty tough. You can try these glide curls that I'm doing. 2 legs, I'm going alternating single leg. It does require you being on your hands with a bit of shoulder extension. It's tough in its own way.
Round 3. Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Hardly rest. Oh, my leggies. All right. 7 to 9 reps here. That's my goal. Hey. Ooh. Nothing glamorous occurring here.
Rest.
Who am I? Where are we? Oh my golly gosh.
Halfway there.
Oh, I can't believe it's over. So to give that, no, I'm gonna let you carry on.
10 seconds.
I'll stop talking.
Rest.
So I did 8 reps apiece, both sets. That was like around 40 seconds of work, I think. Next week I'll try and get 9 of those buggers. Ah, I knew it. Oh no, there's a wasp. My only weakness.
Halfway there.
Go away, wasp. Go away.
Ten seconds. Rest.
Yep, I'm fine. Who else is fine? I'm fine.
Rest.
Hack squat, donkey, pike leg lift. I need my plate. I'm going to hold a weight for the hacks because last couple of weeks I've really felt good there, built up some confidence. If you've never done it before.
10 seconds.
Oh, but I know you have, hero. So arms behind the back, feet are together. Stay as tall as you can in the torso.
Let's go.
Slow. Little pause in the stretch. Ooh yeah. Again, we're going to stop around 40 seconds. Quadzilla. I think that was a clean 10. All right, Donkey Kong.
10 seconds.
Elevation, no elevation. Just get a nice controlled descent.
Halfway there.
Yikers. Ugh. Oh.
10 seconds.
Anyone else look this good? All right, so we're going to try and keep our legs together, toes pointed. The further forward you put your hands, harder that is. So start where we can, adjust as we go.
Halfway there.
Mildly sick.
10 seconds.
Don't throw up.
Round 4. Halfway there.
Ah, yeah. Ah.
10 seconds.
Oh, that's good. My mum's smoking marijuana on the balcony next door. It's really motivating. But that's her truth, you know. That is her truth to live. Not great for working out. Oh, but it's really smelly.
Halfway there.
Sound like a donkey.
Round 6. Last round.
Okay.
10 seconds. Well done.
I don't know what it takes to earn your respect, iPad man, but I think we deserve more than well done. Good, as it's supposed to be. Pushing ourselves a little more every week. That was a doozy. Nonetheless, one session left of week 3 here. So, hopefully you're loving the program. I can't tell you how much I adore waking up, or not waking up, whenever it is that you comment. So cool to see. That's always what I wanted from this. How much you appreciate actually making progress. Nice thought out programs. I want to give a special thanks today to my Inner Circle Hero members, and to address that cash cow sitting in the corner of the room. I've opened up the membership simply as a way of anyone wanting to be a patron, support this channel. You're not going to get any significant perks other than being able to see the videos in advance that I schedule, priority things, this, that, and the other. You know I do my best to treat everyone like that anyway. So just an easy way for anyone to show support in the quest to let this beautiful arena grow and continue to serve us. I'm having the time of my life with it, so I really want to thank those of you that have joined as members. The significance of that can't be expressed from this puddle of a man. So thank you so much for everyone who tunes in, shares the page, comments on Reddit, all that good stuff. I love you, and I'm going to see you in a couple of days for full body to round out 3rd week on the program here. Namaste, my friend.